What's up guys, Woody here with a new video because this is a new game that I'm playing, or say it's a new game I'm playing, it's not a new game out, that's for sure, but Magic the Gathering Arena. So there's a video up on the channel right now already about where my attention is going in terms of streams after I finish The Witcher 2. But I'm taking a short little break from Mythgard until the first expansion. And we're gonna really sink our teeth into Magic the Gathering Arena, and I wanted to kind of bring the content I brought in games like Mythgard and Gwent across to Magic the Gathering Arena. And I very much like catering for some of the, not necessarily the newer players, but maybe some more casual players that don't have massive card pools. And that's basically what we're doing here. So we're looking at a budget build. Now these budget builds won't have any mythics in. Straight up, won't have any mythics in. And now we maximised at, or capped out at 4, maybe 5 rares. Now I will be going through, when I go through the deck list, exactly what you can cut, what you can replace it with, and things like that. So there's still, the way Magic's deck building works, they're still going to affect you. Chances are you won't have all the cards because you're going to be running 4 of each one. But I would try to sell it. If you've got less of this, put less of this card in and more of this card in, and bits and bobs like that. But today we're looking at, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Orzhov, I believe it's called. Orzhov life gain kind of mid-range aggro. Now, Orzhov is the combination of white and black. So if you are a new player to Magic, much like I am, every colour combination has a name. And for ages, I thought the names were names of cards. So like Simic is green, blue, and I thought Simic was the name of a card, and I was like, "There's no cards in." Well, there are some cards called Simic, but I was like, "This is what? What?" And yeah, so it's not. It's the color combination, and that's what black, white is Orzhov. So I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Apologies if I am pronouncing it wrong. I'm a new Magic player. Bear with me, and I'll get the pronunciations down. If anyone's here from my Mythgard streams, I know I'm just terrible at pronouncing names at the best times anyway. So looking at the deck. Okay, the deck is pretty cheap. So, like I said, the idea of this deck is you're looking at gaining life off your opponent. You're looking at there's some combos in there. It's not a combo deck, that's for sure. But you're looking at gaining life off your opponent through lifelink, buffing up certain cards that buff up when you gain life, and then kind of having your mid-game presence win you the game. If this deck goes into the long game, the chances are you're going to lose. It hasn't got tons of sustainability once you get past maybe, if you're playing a ramp deck and they end up getting down to their 7th, 8th, maybe 9th land, you're kind of in trouble a little bit. You want to be trying to win before that. So let's go through the deck, shall we? So Alced is a card. So these 1-drops are cards you could definitely run a combination of. For example, you only got 1 Alced, put 1 Alced in and put an extra Healer Hawk in there, or maybe an extra Vampire in there. Okay, it's entirely up to you. If you haven't got any Alced, maybe just put 4 of these in there. If you got 4 Alced but only 1 Healer Hawk, then change around there. But roughly, you want to be running around 8 of the 1-drops. Okay, it's like I said, it is slightly more aggro, but it's definitely a mid-range deck. It's not an all-out aggro deck. But these are a combination here. Now, Alced's great because it came in with the Pharaoh set, and it has the lifelink much like Healer Hawk and much like Vampire. Whereas Vampire has Death Touch, Healer Hawk has Flying, so they've got their own little unique abilities to make them great. Alced allows you to pay 1 mana, sacrifice that card, and you give any card on your board protection against a certain colour of your choice. So let's say that you've got Epicure of Blood on the board, they've got a 4/4 that's swinging in, that's swinging at you. You want to block it, you can sack off Alced. You can give Epicure protection against blue, that's swinging a 4/4 blue. You can block into it. It kills the 4/4 blue, but Epicure doesn't die because I have protection from blue off Alced. Thing is, I don't have 4 of these cards. I'm a new player to the game. Once I have 4 of these cards, I'll be putting 4 of these in and then probably cutting these down to 2 of each. Maybe go to 3 and bump off a Healer Hawk and keep a Vampire in, but that's something I'm going to play around with anyway. 2 Alced, 3 Healer Hawk, and 3 Vampire. You want to be finding these in your open hand, ideally. You want to be getting them down. You want to be getting the lifelink ticking over early, because Anja's Pridemate is one of the key cards to this deck. Anja's Pridemate, whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Anja's Pridemate. This is one of the key cards. This is one of your combo cards. Anja's Pridemate, along with Bloodthirsty Aerialist, are cards that both do the same. Bloodthirsty Aerialist is 1 extra mana to cost. Please note, it is also 2, whereas Anja's Pridemate is only 1 Plains land, Bloodthirsty Aerialist is 2 swamps. So you need to make sure if you open the hand, you want to be making sure turn 1 or 2 you are playing a swamp to be able to play Bloodthirsty Aerialist potentially on curve. Now, these cards can get big. I've had Angie's Pride get to a 7-7 and 8-8 by like turn 4. Like, that's how quick these guys can really start bumping up. Especially you got a couple of these guys on the board, along with someone like Angel Vitality and maybe even Revenge of Ravens. They can really start bumping up. And especially when you combine Bloodthirsty Aerialist and Angie's Pride with Impassioned Orator. Impassioned Orator is a crazy card when it comes to combining with these guys here. So, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, gain 1 life. Yes. So, imagine this, turn 4. You end up playing a Angel of Vitality and a Vampire Moon, okay? You've already got a Hawker's Healing Hawk on the board and an Angie's Pride on the board. It's already a 3-3 because it's the swing here, and you've got Impassioned Orator on the board. When you play this, it goes to a 4-4. You then play Angel of Vitality, it goes to a 5-5. You then swing with Healer Hawk, it goes to a 6-6. It's just like, that's how quick this card can ramp, and it goes the same for Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Obviously, Bloodthirsty Aerialist being 1 turn behind because it's 1 more mana to play. Now, so these kind of, I would say these 3 cards, Angie's Pride, Impassioned Orator, and Bloodthirsty Aerialist are kind of your staple cards. This is a common card, this is uncommon, and this is uncommon. So they're pretty cheap cards. I don't actually have 4 Bloodthirsty Aerialists. That's why I'm only running 3. But if you have 4, put 4 in the deck, okay? But if you think about what cards do I craft in this deck to start playing this deck, these are your kind of staple cards that you're going to want to be building the deck around, okay? And then the other stuff can be built into it as you go on. Angel of Vitality, it's every time you gain 1 life, you gain an extra one instead. So every time you gain 1 life from Healer Hawk or Vampire or Alcid, you'd actually gain 2 life. When you get over 25 more life, it's a 4-4. Most of the times I'm dropping this on turn 3, turn 4. It is a 4-4 because I have the 25 life. It's pretty nice. Murderous Rider. So we're going in. We have 5 rares in this deck. Now, Murderous Rider is one. I've played around with a few rares in this deck. The next 2 cards are great. Murderous Rider is purely in there. One, it has the lifelink when you play it as a creature, so it plays into Anjo and it plays into Aerialist. However, it also has the adventure ability to destroy a creature or planeswalker. This deck was severely lacking in spot removal. So I added in 2 of these, and it's made a huge difference. It just means that because we aim to win in the mid game, we aim to win between like turn 4 and maybe turn 7. That's when we're aiming to really put the pressure on. If they're dropping down big blockers or even chump blockers at that time, and we can't get swing to face, it can really slow us down. Having the ability to just straight up remove stuff and losing 2 life really doesn't matter to us, because by the turn 5, turn 6, we're normally sat around 28, 29 life anyway. So taking the sacrifice of 2 life, it doesn't bother us one bit. It's a really good card to have in there. I don't know if I'd run more than 2. I'd definitely probably throw 2 into the sideboard as a potential if we are running against more of a control deck or a deck that has a bigger late game threat. Then maybe stuff to remove those cards could be great. But yeah, Murderous Rider is a card that I would definitely put in there. If you haven't got Murderous Rider, it isn't the end of the world, okay? You can put other cards in there that we'll go through in a minute. But Murderous Rider is a rare that if you do have at least one of them, you want to be putting in it. It's good spot removal. But then the next card is a rare that if you want to be playing this archetype, this deck, this is a rare I would say go and craft. This card is so good. It's super nice. Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink. Creature cards in your graveyard, creature cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield, okay? We don't play anything in here that has an escape mechanic, so you can't, like, doesn't affect us. If anyone's playing green with escape mechanic, anyone's playing anything with escape mechanics, they can't play them, okay? It's simple as that. They can't cast spells from the graveyard, they can't play creatures or any spells from the graveyard. And the Menace is disgusting on turn 3. If they have to have two creatures down, obviously they can't block it. They're not blocking it. You're doing 3 damage to face every turn. You're getting lifelink off that, and it has vigilance. This card is super good, okay? I probably will be running 4 in the deck when I have 4, but at the moment I'm just running 2 in the deck, and it works well. I'm finding it quite a lot of the time. But it's a very good card, okay? Hound of Afaros. I'm terrible at pronouncing these cards. But anyway, it's a great card, okay? Now, the next one is a card you don't have to have in the deck. By any means, you do not have to have in this deck. But this is a card that if you're under the cosh a little bit, it can buy you some time. So it's flash. You can play it on your opponent's turn. You can play it any time you want, like you play an instant. Omen Sun. Create 2 1/1 token, human soldier tokens. These are just chump blockers. You're just throwing them out there for chump blockers. But you gain 2 life. If you have your Angel's Pridemate out, if you have your Bloodthirsty Aerialist down, you're gaining life. You gain 3 life if you have your Angel of Vitality on the board as well. And then Mortify is just another spot removal. Combined with Murderous Rider and Mortify, we have 3 spot removals. But this one here gets rid of target creature or planeswalker. This one can get rid of an enchantment, which is can be helpful, especially in the current game. That I would definitely run more of these on the sideboard, and if potentially put them in if I'm playing against something like a green-white aura deck. Aspect of Lamprey. Aspect of Lamprey is an enchantment that came with Feros. I really like this card. This card comes down on turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. It can really screw your opponent over. So when you play it, they have to discard 2 cards. I've played this when they've only had 2 cards in hand, and it's really screwed them up. It's set up lethal for me. What's even better is it gives the enchanted creature lifelink. So if your Angel of Vitality is a 4/4 flying creature, you pop it on Angel of Vitality, they discard 2 cards. Now you've got a 4/4 lifelink that's playing even further into your Aerialist and your Angel's Pridemate, okay? There really isn't many other cards that you want to be giving lifelink to. The only other card really is Epicure of Blood or Impassioned Orator, because pretty much all the other cards have, obviously Bloodthirsty Aerialist doesn't have lifelink, neither does Angel, but most of the other cards do have lifelink on them. Revenge of Ravens is a bit of a douchey card. This is a really good card, simple as that. You get both of them out. You get one of them out. It puts pressure on your opponent. So every time they attack, they take 1 damage first, and you gain 1 life. So the reason I want to say it's first is if they have 4 creatures and they're on 4 life, and they all choose to swing at you, they will take that 4 damage first. They will kill themselves first before the attacks go through. So it's yeah, it can be a really strong card. I used to run 4 of them in the deck. I just was finding them too often, and they don't add enough substance. They're great having 1 of them out, but I don't want 2 of them out. Can be a little bit cheeky. 3 is just useless. You have no board presence. Yeah, you're doing 3 damage to them for every attack, but if they're swinging with 5/5s and 6/6s that then may potentially have lifelink, they're just useless. You need substance on the board, okay? 1 Chaos Wrath, it's just pure dev when you get under the cosh. Destroy all creatures, you gain life equal to the number of creatures you control that were destroyed this way. It is just a board wipe. It's as simple as that. It is just damn it, we're under the cosh here. We are, my God, they've got 7 creatures on the board. We've got 2. How do I get out of this? Drop Chaos Wrath, wipe the board, reset and get going again. The joy of it being is we have some cheaper, lower cost mana cards that can hopefully get out pretty quickly and start rebuilding our game. And the final creature we have is Epicure of Blood. Epicure of Blood, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. If this guy comes down on turn 5, turn 6, it can end up being game over, because we're swinging through with lifelink, we're swinging through with whatever we've given Lamprey 2, which we Hound. All these got lifelink. Every time they're taking damage, they're taking the additional 1 damage from a lifelink creature hitting them. Even if they block a lifelink creature, they're taking the damage off of it, and then we're gaining potentially 2 life off of it because the Angel of Vitality. It's a nice little combo. You could run more of these if you will. So let's say, for example, you haven't got enough to make the Murderous Rise, you haven't got enough to make the Cronus or the Kenoros, then you could definitely put in extra Epicure Blood. I'd be careful putting in extra Lampreys or extra Ravens, just because they're not creatures, and you can easily get your hand built out with enchantments and spell and like instants and sorceries, not creatures. And that can kind of not feel so great, especially mid-game where you're just like, I have nothing to play right now, okay? And we're running 24 lands in this deck. Now, lands are, if you have the other lands, then by all means, throw them into the deck, because they can make a big difference. What I mean by the other lands are, if you have the rare lands, so stuff like Godless Shrine, I have 2 of them, but you pay 2 life to come into the battlefield. You don't mind paying the 2 life, but it gives you that versatility if you have the black-white. I didn't put it in this build because I want to keep it as budget as possible. So we're running just, even Temple of Silence. You don't have to run Temple of Silence. It comes in, Temple of Silence isn't actually great in this deck because it comes in tapped. yes, you get the Scribe. But if you have this in your opening hand, comes in tapped, you're instantly you can't play on curve. You can't play a 1-drop card. Then you potentially can't play a 2-drop card. So it's not actually the best card to play. We're going to kick it off now. What I'd rather play would be Godless Shrine, purely because it is pay 2 life when it comes in, and it comes in untapped, and it's a super good good land. If you have 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, put these in the deck straight away, okay? And then just take out. If you put 4 of them in, obviously cut down on 2 and 2. You'd run 12 swamp, 12 plains. Just cut out, go with 10 swamp, 10 plains, and then 4 Godless Shrines would be what I'd recommend on that. But anyway, guys, that's the deck. We're going to jump over some games now, and hopefully the deck performs well, and you can see it in action and see how it works. Okay, we have got a matchup. Who are we playing? Ericus 80. How are we getting on, champ? How are we getting on? So, win, lose. We don't cherry pick games here. I don't go, oh, I'm only going to show games I win on. I like people to see how the deck fares in all situations. So, yeah, with this being a budget deck, it's going to be or a bit more of a budget deck. It's going to struggle a little bit more, but you should still be able to see it. This is a really good curve out for us. We have 2 1-drops. We've got a 2-drop. Then we've got a 3-drop, which is going to come down with a counter on it because we're having Impassioned Orator on the board. And then we have this as well to potentially bin off their hand. And the 2 mana, as you can see, because it's a pretty cheap deck in terms of curve cost, the 2 mana is going to should be fine. Like, we have 3 turns to find 1 more land. So we should be fine. Okay, so we're going to open with this because we want to throw down Healer Hawk straight off the bat. So they're playing a very similar deck to us, actually, here. This is actually a card that I didn't even think about putting into the deck, but you could definitely, there's absolutely no reason why it couldn't go into the deck. Of course, we're going to throw this down, and we pop this down first, because it then means when we play Pridemate and Vampire next, Pridemate's getting two lives on it. +1 here, so it's going to build up and it will end up blocking against that. So it's getting big. It's getting big. Yeah. So do you know what? Like I said, in all honesty, as I said earlier, I'm new to the game. So finding cards like this, like this card here, I didn't actually know it was in the game, to be honest. I haven't played around with tons of M20 stuff, but it's we're ticking up nice enough here. This can swing through now. We have a bigger board presence than them. We're already matched up with their 5/5. If we can throw down a Bloodthirsty Ares next turn, we can actually get them to discard cards next turn potentially. We need to find some land. That's really annoying. Yeah. We do have, it is an enchantment, so we do have enchantment removal, but we're only running 1 of them in the deck. Chance of us finding it, and it won't even come back at a 5/5, it'll come back at a 2/2, so we kind of don't worry about it so much now. However, the Death Touch is making them think about their play now, because they play this, we just block it with Death Touch. It doesn't have Trample or anything, and it kills it. So, yeah. If we fall land, we're going to play Lamp Freak, because it's going to bin their hand off. Which is really nice. It's going to really put them behind on that. Okay, so we're just going to block the Death Touch, and we'll take the 3 damage. Okay, we didn't get the land, which is annoying, but hey ho, what can we do? Play this, and we'll start building our own one. We can swing this through. Tick up again. Now we've got a block for this here. That would be great because the aspect. Oh my god, you pulled another one. They pulled 2. Come on. Ah, just you know when sometimes you just feel like it's a little bit unfair. Just feeling like that a little bit right now. Yeah. Yeah, we got the land. So I think we throw this down here. And we may end discard the 2 cards. Yeah. And then we can play Bloodthirst, the Aerialist next turn. And now they are completely top decking, and they pulled land, so that's nice for us. This card is also great as well, but the reason I'm not running this card in this deck is purely to keep the cost down. Ah, you wonderful person. Can we play? We can't play both of them though, so I think we play Aerialist first. It's great because now our Aerialist is a great block for this card here. That's fine. It's a big boy, but it's fine. Oh, just in case we need it. Okay, so we just get rid of this. Let me get our Angus back. And he buffs and they buff. Here we go. Here we go. Here comes our combos. Here come the combos. Oh, that's not good for them. That is not good for them. Okay, now we throw the Omen of Sundown, and this is going to give us our little chump blockers. We can start getting aggressive now. So, because both of these came in, it got a little bit crazy on it. So we can swing that, and we can swing this, because we have 2 chump blockers. This is looking pretty good for us now. So this is what I mean. The deck can get like insanely big very quickly. Popping this down with, there we go. We get the win. Popping the down and the 2 coming into play with Impassion Orator on the board is super good. But yeah, all right, let's go to another game. Okay, Nata de Coco. I probably don't need the accent on it, but you know. Why not? Let's throw the accent on it. Okay. Again, so we've got a really nice curve out. We've got our Alcid, we've got 2 1-drops, we've got a 2-drop, and we've got a 3-drop spot removal. We've got 3 land. This is good. So you can see earlier, like last game, we only got 4 land out for the majority of the game. But it didn't affect us. Like, it's a cheap deck to run in terms of like curvature. So it's pretty good. We're going to throw down Alcid first, actually. Yeah. But yeah, like... Okay. Paradise Druid. Throw on Swamp. Throw on this. We don't need to swing with this now. Although I doubt they block anyway. We're going to swing. I doubt they block. They want Paradise Druid on the board. If they're running any form of ramp, they're going to need the extra land, so they don't care about the 1 damage. But technically a swing of 2 because of lifelink. But next turn, we're probably going to be dropping both amps. We'll see. We could always... Okay. We could always just remove that with Mortify. So we played this. We're actually going to remove it with Mortify. Yeah, only because I want an Aerialist or a... I know we're asking for a lot finding this off the board, but I want an Aerialist or a Pride Mate on the board before I start throwing down and really building off this. But don't go on next turn. We will get some stuff out, but just getting rid of the Hydra for now could help us out a little bit. Okay, so it's going to come out as a 2/2. Okay, so we've got a land, which isn't the best thing. We'd rather a swamp, so we could have used this, but hey ho, we'll throw this down now. We'll throw this down now. No, we don't want to attack that. We want to keep this on the board, but yeah, this is feeling a bit slower now because we haven't got like. But at this point here, it would be nice if we could have like a 5-5 or 4-4. Okay, this is getting bad for us now. Yeah. They swing with their lands. We block with this to kill it, and then that's it. Okay, that's better. Can now get rid of this. And we'll just attack with you. Yeah, we can swing. Do we swing in this, sir? I think so.
Try my patience.
Okay, yeah, not finding our aerialist or our pride mate or anything like that really is really hindering us here. Just think we could have 5-5, 6-6 on the board now, and these 3-3s coming through wouldn't be an issue at all. Okay, they're gonna do this so they can get another land out straight away, and then swing through. Obviously, these guys have vigilance, which is kind of irritating, but I mean, what can you do? Oh, what are we going to get? Give us something good. Oh, there we go. There we go. Cool. So you come down now. This guy's going to be good, some good protection for us. Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah, this is... So, we're probably... This game's going to be really hard for us to come back from now. We're getting to the point, like I said earlier when we were talking for Red Deck, when we get to this kind of stage, when we get into like turns 8s, turns 9s, like they've pulled 3 Nissas, guys. Just want to clarify, they had 3 Nissas in their hand. Out of going through 16 cards in their deck, 3 of them were Nissa. 3 of them were Nissa. Like, do you know how nuts that is? It's insane. It's insane. Ah, I've got another pride mate, which is fine. It goes to a 4-4, so it gives us a bit of protection. We'll play this guy in to get to far. We're getting to a 5-5 now. We swing through with you. All we can hope now is that they end up top decking land. They just keep top decking land is all we can hope for. They are down to 2, 4. Oh, they got loads of land because Nissa. Okay, so well we block that, and that's fine for now. Go down to 6. What have they got here? What have they got here? Wow. Okay. Wow. Actually, having a 4-4 blocker is pretty good. Or are we going to take 3 damage each turn? We're saying that. They keep swinging, they're going to keep losing their land. And they only have, but they got 2 green land here. So they do have 4. I mean, well, we block this one because this is green land, so it gives them double. Oh, this could be a great card because they take extra damage every time. We gain 1 life when they attack. This is such a big card actually to pull. Yeah, this is going to be a close one actually. Although do we die now? No, we don't. No, because we block one of these lands and we take 5 damage. Oh! Oh! We gain 2 life every time they attack! Oh my god! Jeez Louise. Yeah, every time they do now, we gain 2 life, and they are taking 2 damage. How we've stayed in this game, I don't actually know, but we have. We have stayed in the game. Oh, they're going for it. They're going for it. They went for it. We just blocked this, right? Hey! Oh, they lost. Oh, they quit before. They quit before we lost the life. I'm confused. How do we lose the extra life? We've got 1, 2, 5. We were on 7. I don't know. I don't know why we went below thingy. We were on 7. We only took 5 damage. But, hey, we won. Wow. What a game that is, guys. If you... Oh... That's nuts. Okay, let's get into one more game. Yeah, so this deck's actually, the sustainability of this deck then was okay. I mean, what a godly top deck Revenge of Ravens was. But yeah, it was good. It was good. Okay, so this is great. Apart from, again, we don't have a Pride Mate, we don't have a Bloodthirsty Aerialist. However, we're not going to go hunting for them. Like, this is a really good. We have a good amount of land here. We have our 1-drops here. We've got Passionate Orator here already. We've got Lamprey here. So we're just going to keep this hand. Like, there's absolutely no reason to bin this off. The only reason we would want to is to try and find the Pride Mate. We're not going to be stupid and do that. We're going to play this, pay 2 life, and throw a Heal Orc in there as well. So you do get a Pride Mate. Always playing Passionate Officer before Orator before Pride Mate. There you go. The main reason being that you want to have the instant buff tick onto it when it comes into play. So you could argue that if I play Pride Mate first, then I could swing here and get up more. But next turn I can play Pride Mate and Vampire, and he's ticking up to a lot more. Okay, so they're playing an Enchantment Aura deck. Yes, which is fine because we can actually remove this card now. I think we wait for now. I think we actually play Pride Mate. Play Vamp. We have the blocker if they want to swing anything at us. And then next turn we can play Murderous Rider to remove this thing. We want to put a few enchantments on it first. Basically, we want to get the enchantments on our hand. We don't want to remove it straight away. We want it to build up. There we go. We have a safe blocker on it for now anyway. So they won't swing with it now, I'd imagine. Good. So we're putting 2 on it. So they might swing with it now. If they do swing with it, they'll be stupid too, because we'll just use Death Touch to block it. So okay, they didn't. There we go. Play this. We play Murderous Rider. We've got another one to play. Have they got the cards to escape? They don't know. There we go. Wonderful. There you go. They didn't even see it out. I want to play the deck. Come on, guys. We're just trying to... We're trying to show the deck off. All right, let's go for one more. Because... There you go. 3... If every time I sat down to record any deck video and I went for 3-0 with it, nuts. But what is good, you can start seeing how versatile this deck can be. And this isn't even fully optimized. This is like a budget deck. But honestly, you could definitely build a version of it pretty early on. Whether you're cutting some cards out that I've said and putting other cards in. But okay, so we haven't got the Impassioned Orator. We're not going to get him every single game. Opponent's going first again. We've got a good amount of land. The thing we've got to be careful here is we don't keep drawing land after this. Then we're going to be in a bit of trouble. But having a 1-drop's good. Bloodthirsty Aerialist, we can play that because we can play the land to get the Heal Orc out. We can play 2 swamps and that. So Knowing that we have quite a lot of 1 and 2 drops in the deck anyway, chances are we're going to find a turn 2 play. I'm going to keep the hand. It's not the best opening hand we can have, but it's definitely one we can work with. That's for sure. Okay. So they took a mulligan. So this is what I mean. The last thing we wanted there was land. We don't want to keep putting land now. No. Okay, so are they playing a flash deck? That's the question. Maybe not. Maybe not. No blocks. We don't care about that. The I'm trying to create you lose all abilities and there's a 1/1 frog. Okay. We got the Impassioned Orator, which means now Bloodthirsty Aerialist comes in at a nice comes in at a 3/4, which is pretty tasty. 3/4 flying. And the Lamprey is going to be pretty big here, I think, because it's going to get rid of their hand, which is nice. Oh my god. Okay, it doesn't come in at a 3/4. Now, no. We're actually going to play this again now. They got another one? No. Wow, these guys are looking for land. These guys are almost, at the moment, we potentially win the game for what they do. But that's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh. Yeah. I mean, we didn't really win that game. They won it for us. But anyway, we'll take it. We'll take the win 4-0 with it. But that's going to wrap up, guys, I suppose. That's going to wrap up. I could keep going, keep finding the games. The first 2 games were great examples. The third game as well, you saw how it started ramping up. They were like, I can't deal with this stuff. I'm off, okay? So you can see how good this deck can get. Especially like if you're around bronze, silver, gold, this deck's going to be really, really strong for you, okay? And it is genuinely super cheap. Like K is the K is Wrath, I think it's called, the one that the board wipe. You don't have to run that. So there are cards in that deck you don't have to run, but you want to be making sure you're running the Pride Mate. You want to make sure you're running the Impassioned Orator, and you want to make sure that you are running the Bloodthirsty Aerialist. They are 3 staple cards in this deck that work so well with each other. The synergy of that little tripod is so good that you want to make sure that they're the cards you've got. And then if you're really struggling, anything with lifelink, you just pull it into the deck and start building out with that. Really focus probably on the Midnight Riders first. Rather than the Hounds, just because they give you the spot removal as well as a 2/3 lifelink target. So yeah, but overall, guys, the deck's fun. If you give it a go, if you like it, let me know. The deck list is linked below in the description. If you want to give it a run, give it a check. The Aether Hub deck list. It's my first deck. If you like the video and you like the Magic video and you think I've done it alright, then let me know, because I'm super new to this game, but I want to make content that new players or more casual players can pick up. As I'm learning the game especially, I want to do a budget deck a month. A budget deck a week. And then eventually, as I build my collection out, I can start doing my own ideas of actual decks. So anyway, have fun, guys. Enjoy the deck. It's super good. It's super fun. And until next time, have a great day, morning, evening, whatever it is where you guys are. And until then, goodbye.